Aloha, Monica here from the Grandmom, and I'm stopping in once again with a very casual and spontaneous vlog because I wanted to talk about homeschooling, and I'm actually getting ready to leave town tomorrow with my boys. And so it's a crazy day here. I've been trying to do laundry and get packed up and leave meals for my husband. So I don't know why I'm trying this, but I do know why I'm trying it because I really wanted to get this vlog out there and talk about homeschooling while it's still summertime. I've had a few special requests from people that I would talk about this, and I know some families are on the fence and really considering next year. Maybe you've always wanted to try homeschooling and you're just anxious or have some concerns. And so I just wanted to give a little pep talk today, as if you're sitting on my lanai and we are just chatting, and I'm giving you my 5-minute version of what I love about homeschooling. I know that homeschooling is not for everyone, and I always am clear about that. I don't think it's for everyone. You've got to look at your family situation and see what works. Some people it's not even an option, even if you wanted it to be, and that's okay. Some family situation works out perfectly, and so you have to look at all of that and make your decision. But for us, I've loved it, and I just wanted to tell you some of the reasons why, and also address the whole thing at the end here. For those of you that would say you wish you could homeschool, but you just don't think you can, I want to challenge that because I think a lot more people could than think they could. It's not as bad, it's not as hard as some people are convinced it is. And I'm telling you, if I can homeschool, you can too, because I am not the personality type that you would probably guess would be a homeschool mom. And so we'll get to that at the end. But first, a couple things that are not scientific at all, not scripted. This is just maybe a little bit shallow, but if you sat down with me and said, okay, so what do you love about homeschooling? This is what I usually would say. And one of the things is, you know that morning routine, if you have kids that go to school, where you get up and you're getting everyone dressed and fed and packing lunches and getting the backpack together, signing papers. That used to kill me. Now, my kids only went to school in their preschool years, and my oldest went through first grade, but I'm telling you, those were the hours that always would just stress me out. I would end up losing my temper and just leaving the kids so often feeling like I just blew it. That was not how I want to send my kids off into their day. And maybe that's not an issue for you, but how about that homework hour? I know I'd get the kids, come home, maybe have sports, and then that hour where everyone had to sit down and do crazy homework that seemed ridiculous, but you had to do it, and doing dinner and homework and just, again, the stress. So the good news with homeschooling is all of that is not here at all anymore. We have our own schedule. We have such a better rhythm and an ease to our day. I mean, we have deadlines, we have things we have to do, but there's just such a relaxed feel to it, and we can do it in a way that works for us, not somebody else. Now, there's nothing wrong with accountability and having deadlines, but I'm kind of thinking the rest of your life, there's so much of that really in kindergarten, 2nd grade, 4th grade, I just don't know if that's necessary. So losing the stress is huge for me. Another thing, because our books have been arriving, that just is fresh on my mind is just the joy of being intimately involved in my boys' education from the time the books arrive throughout the whole year. Just seeing them open their new stuff and get excited and talk about what they can't wait to study and topics they are looking forward to. And then throughout the year, as you just see that light bulb come on when they get something they've been struggling with. And all of that is something you can do if your kids are going to a traditional school setting. You can be involved in their schooling, but for me, even hearing them yell out of their room or wherever they're doing school, like, oh my goodness, did you know, da 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 da, and the brother going, I learned that too, and just kind of seeing that process as they're schooling together and at home is just really special. I just love that. We are leaving on a trip tomorrow, which makes me think about how much I appreciate the homeschool schedule throughout the year. Just that I can look at what we need to do, and I can make our family plans and know when guests are coming, and I can make a schedule that works for us. I really appreciate knowing that we can fit things around my husband's schedule and the surf schedule and everything in a way that works for us. So that's another thing that I really value about homeschooling. And so for those of you now listening saying, okay, that's all good and fine, but I'm just not cut out to be a homeschool mom. I'm not patient enough, or I'm not smart enough, or I just need to have my own life. I don't want to just be a prisoner to my kids in homeschooling. So what I want to tell you is don't believe any of that. It's not that bad. I tell people it's not that bad. You know, you need to be responsible. You need to be accountable, but you're not going to lose your life. I still can get out. I can still have a little life of my own. And I haven't died. Some days I might act like I am, but it's not that bad. I also like to make it really clear that you do not have to teach every subject that every kid has. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of curriculums out there. My boys do an online curriculum. Becca streaming online is what we're using, but there's many. And they watch a teacher on a video who is an expert in that subject, and then they do their book work. And yes, I have to correct it and keep some records and be responsible, but I call myself the facilitator. I make sure that they're doing their work, I check their stuff, and then I let the teachers do the teaching. So you do not have to be super smart. My boys know more than me in a lot of the subjects, and that's okay. So don't fool yourself and think you're not capable, because you are. If you have the willingness and the heart to do it, then you can do it. And that's the main stuff I would share with you if you were sitting here. I know there's probably so much more, and maybe I'll follow up with a part 2. If you have questions, I hope you'll leave them. I can't answer everything, but I sure would love to encourage you. If you've been thinking about it and kind of wrestling with the idea of homeschooling, then I say go for it. I mean, you'll never regret trying, and you could always, say we tried it and we hated it, and then do something else. So I encourage you to give it a shot. So that's it for today. Aloha and God bless you.